Hello, everybody. It's Ryan, Prof. Doc Ever here, and we're back for some Xenosaga II. Let me fix that. There we go. PowerPoint recap. Woohoo! If you haven't seen the Part 1 recap, I'm going to link that down below because obviously Part 1 comes before Part 2, and we're going to be moving forward on Xenosaga. Now, Xenosaga 2 is hated a lot by the fanbase. I'm its strongest soldier. I like it better than Episode 1. There are some things I don't like about it, but I think it is widely hated for a lot of reasons that I don't agree with. But we're going to be talking about it today. And before I begin proper, I want to bring back to this slide here. Huge thanks to the Xenosaga Wiki because it has huge chunks of information on this entire series. And this PowerPoint would not have been made without their dedication to the series, and every single writer that worked on this thing helped me double check information because it's just so detailed. Go check them out if you have any questions whatsoever about anything Xeno. It's nuts how much information they have. Now, Episode 2 is going to take place at a weird place compared to where we left off in Episode 1. We're going to start off by talking about a man called Joachim Mizrahi. This is the man who did nothing wrong. So, he had a daughter named Sakura Mizrahi who died. He ended up creating the Zohar emulators. He founded the UTIC organization, and he created a fuck ton of notable realians in play today. Momo being the most notable, but also including realians named Almadel, Fibronia et al. We'll be talking more about them later. He created the Hilbert effect, which would later be used in Cosmos' design. And he created the space station, the Song of Nephilim, which was a direct cause of the Miltian conflict. See the next slide. The Song of Nephilim is a huge pyramid-shaped space station that was created by Joachim Mizrahi and UTIC. It was the cause of the Miltian conflict. Once activated, it generates a psychic wavelength that affects all who hear it, but largely affecting Realians the most. Humans are said to go mad listening to prolonged exposure to it, and initial reports are that the song also summons Gnosis, but this is actually a bit of a lie that won't be officially revealed to English speakers officially until Episode 3, and a bit of a missing year. I will be talking about that much later, but for now, the assumption is that the song also summons the Gnosis to Miltia. And the Song of Nephilim was based on some technology by some old scientists from Lost Jerusalem. We'll talk about Lost Jerusalem in a bit. The Miltian conflict, it is 14 years prior to the beginning of Xenosaga 1, and the Galaxy Federation wanted to take Joachim Mizrahi into custody. Joachim says fuck it we ball, and overloads the Song of Nephilim, which had introduced numerous space-time anomalies to Old Miltia, and balled harder than anybody could ever ball on the space before falling to its death from atop the research station Labyrinthos. Because of the song becoming overloaded, Joachim Mizrahi effectively spawned multiple black holes, completely fucking everything in that space to infinite blackness. And we have Kanan. Oh, let me move myself real quick so you can see. There's Kanan. He is a special Realian created by Vector, who was present during the Miltian conflict 14 years ago alongside Chaos. I wonder why he was there. He is the protagonist for the prologue of Xenosaga II, and through a flashback. We're trying to read through his memories as he's encountered the Y data in Old Miltia before Joachim Mizrahi said fuck it we ball. So there might be important information hidden in his memory data. And also some information from Xenosaga Pied Piper. He was alive during the time Ziggy was still a human as a Realian, just different in design. And his partner on the Force, he was... He was alive when Ziggy was still on the Force as Jan Sauer, and he was his partner, and it was named Lactus. We'll go more into depth in that later. Wilhelm is still being sussy AF. He's talking to the Red and Blue Testament, saying shit like, all the elements are aligning for the final act to come into play, which is totally not a grand villain flag at all. The Red and Blue Testaments are also joined by the Black Testament, but he's actually been the first one that was made. More on that later. So what's our goal for this story? Well, simple. Since Kanan doesn't have the answers for us in his memories, we will simply enter Momo's memories to go searching for answers there, since she's got the Y data in her head, as we previously have protected her from Albedo to go into. And in these memories, we enter the Yuriev Institute. This is an institution funded by one of Vector's rivals, the Hyams Group. More on Hyams in a moment. But the Yuriev Institute is the origin of the URTV project, and notably it is where Dmitry Yuriev performed tests with URTV units to synchronize with Sakura Mizrahi. We'll talk about Dmitry Yuriev in due time because, oh boy, he's super important. Sakura Mizrahi is Momo's base. She is what the reality data was based off of, and as such, these memories are from her that we're exploring, even though they notably focus on Junior, Albedo, and Negredo. It was determined to be the result of a congenital brain defect that she needed some help with. It was described as hypersensitivity to the synchronicity of the UMN. We'll talk about the UMN much later, because there's so much to talk about as it is, and the UMN is important for the entire series. Yuli Mizrahi brought Sakura to the Yuriev Institute as his research on anti-Udu beings, the URTVs, they might be able to help clear her condition. Turns out it's partially successful, at least in the sense of being able to communicate with Sakura, although the trio are unable to cure her condition. But Junior does promise to protect Sakura's mother, Yuli, and her sister, Momo, and it is clear that Junior has feelings for Sakura and vice versa. And during this time, we can see the relationship the three brothers have with one another, with Albedo noticeably exhibiting more timid tendencies here. This further follows up as we can see a clear reason of why Albedo's mental state is so fucked up, with one of my favorite cutscenes from this game.
I told you to leave Rubido alone! Variants aren't monsters! You guys are just weak! Stop it!
You'll kill him.
Rubido? Don't look at me like that! Rubido! What?
What were you thinking? Number 623's badly injured.
Is that what this is about? All he's gotta do is just regenerate. What's the problem?
Regenerate?
Regenerate. Like this. See?
You idiot! Don't you ever pull anything like that again! If you die, you can't come back to life!
You mean... Are you saying... you can't regenerate?
Of course not!
That's a special ability only you possess.
Only me? You're both gonna die and leave me behind? No! I don't want to be alone! If you die, I want to die too!
Stop it! Don't say things like that! Now you're making me sad too!
Rubido, don't leave me behind!
What is he doing?
I don't know, but ever since that day, ever since Albedo learned he couldn't die, he somehow started to change.
Really?
We didn't understand. There was no way we could have understood. We couldn't know what it felt like to have a body that wouldn't die.
Death is rest for the soul. Who was it? Who said that? If the body did not die, and the fears born in the mind just continue to pile up, the world would be nothing more than an eternal prison.
Old man. In the beginning, Albedo and I were one.
Because you're both from the same fertilized egg?
No. He was literally attached to my back from conception until the 28th week. His heart was attached right around here.
What? Occasionally, due to incomplete cell division, twins are born sharing some portion of their internal organs.
That's right. Our special abilities, the power to halt or stimulate cell growth, are both based on the same basic principle. But after we were split apart, our powers headed off in different directions. And that's why I shouldn't have just abandoned him.
Junior. Couldn't you try? Just one more time? To approach him?
Well, you know, we're both pretty stubborn.
And here, we also get to meet EuroTV unit number 668, Citrine. She's one of the very few female-type models, as they've developed a variant to the male prototype, and she was the missing number between Albedo 667 and Negredo 669. Moving on, Albedo reveals that he's set a trap within Momo's subconscious, and ambushes the group for a quick boss battle. We kick his ass. Now about Hyams. We'll talk about Dmitry Yuryev soon, but Hyams is important in that they're funding the Yuryev Institute, and they are Vector's competitor in the tech development space. Their leader, Heinlein, is the Cardinal of Ormus, so Hyams is the financial backer behind all of Ormus and Utic. We'll talk about Ormus very quickly in a sec, but they're practically the same right now. They all are working together. If you see one, the others are involved. After leaving Momo's mind, we decide the next best step is to retrieve the original Zohar, and with the info we have retrieved, we can now go to Milsha, the space originally wrecked after the Miltian conflict 14 years prior. So we arrive in Milsha after confronting Utic, as this is where the original Zohar is after the Miltian conflict. Shit is absolutely fucked. Think of the Lane of Mortha from Xenoblade 2. We head into the building Joachim Mizrahi flung himself off of after balling so hard, named Labyrinthos. Now we can fully kind of get deeper into Margulis, because here we meet up with him again. He was in the prologue 14 years ago as a flashback, and he was Jin Uzuki's rival, and they both learned sword skills from Jin and Shion's grandfather, so they were kind of rival students. They fought back, then giving Margulis a scar, and that fight happened to end in a draw. We have a pretty long boss fight here, now we're able to beat him, but he is able to make his escape, so effectively the same thing. Before we continue, I must bring up Fabronia. Fabronia. She's dead. Yeah, so we learned in Xenosaga 1 that she was a Realian who was super nice and kind to everybody she met, and she gruesomely met her death 14 years prior in the Miltian conflict. Shion had to face a nightmare of her guilt over her death in the Encephalon dive in Xenosaga 1, which is the worst boss in that game. Fuck that boss. Fabronia was also the only person that Louis Virgil, the racist guy who Cosmos put holes into, cared for, and also why he's such a big burger meanie pants, but we'll go talk about that much later. But wait, there's more. Fabronia had two sisters, each clones of her Realian model, named Cecily and Kath. Their whereabouts are unknown, and Fabronia's ghost in Xenosaga 1 bids that Shion find them and keep them safe. Why did we take this detour again? I don't know. I guess it really wasn't relevant at all. Anyway, so we find the Zohar. It is in the depths of Labyrinthos, and we fight off Margulis. He gets away, and you get to... we get there. We find the Zohar, and when we see what's connected to it are what remains of Cecily and Kath. Yeah, so this is fucked. Their individual consciousness has been wiped clean, and they're connected to the Zohar directly in order to influence Udu. Now we have to talk about Udu. This is typically depicted as a mass of pink and red waves. It is a higher dimensional being, the closest thing to God in this universe. URTVs like Junior were created with genetic mutations meant to counteract Udu's waves. Though here, Cecily and Kath are hooked up to directly influence Udu by using the Zohar as a conduit. The man behind the slaughter. Literally, don't even worry about this man. He's technically the final boss of the game, but it's pretty implicitly clear that even though he's in charge of the villainous faction Ormus, there's more to it with Xenosaga 3 stuff, but basically, it's very clear that he is on the lower rung, even though he's higher than Margulis. So, like, there's Margulis, and there's this guy whose name is Sergius, the 17th. And then there's a figure named Heinlein, who we know is the CEO of Hyams. So, this guy, he tries his hardest to be the big JRPG church villain, but fuck him, he doesn't matter. And Shion has a really good moment here during this scene, so I'm gonna go to that real quick. And also because it's the fucking coolest scene in this game. So, yeah, let's check that out.
Damn you!
You did this to them for that?
What? Is there a problem? They are tools created specifically for that purpose.
Shut up! I refuse! I refuse to accept this!
You refuse? And we'll just have to make you accept it. This power is granted to us by God!
It's the voice of Udu! Stop the system, now! If you don't, it's gonna wake up again!
Shion, please stand back. I will destroy the system and cut the bypass to the Zohar.
Cosmos, wait! There's still...
Shion, if you interfere, I will be required to take drastic measures.
No! Cosmos!
Shion.
Feb?
Shion, set my sisters free.
Feb? No, I can't. Why does it have to be me? Why did you call me? I won't do it! I can't do it!
Shion, you've always been this way. Such a kind child.
Feb? Feb? Cosmos? Fire!
Foolish. Truly foolish. It doesn't matter what you do now. You cannot stop this power.
It can't be. Proto-Omega. It's been completed?
Oh, you know of it. I'm impressed. It seems I may have underestimated you slightly. These past 14 years have been of great help to us, as has the data from the conflict. As a result, we now have a symbol of overwhelming power. With this, we will wipe the Gnosis from the cosmos and place the entire star cluster under the jurisdiction of Ormus. Of course, we hardly need anything this overwhelming now, thanks to the UNN and the Federation. They've managed to reduce the people to a simple mass of spineless weaklings.
Shion, out of the way!
wasting your time! Now, let the festival begin!
This is bad! We gotta go!
No! Milsha. They destroyed the entire planet? How the hell could they do that?
I see. So Proto-Omega has awakened. With this, our plan can now proceed to the next level. The Commander will surely be pleased as well.
What's going on? Are you all right? Hey!
You...
I've taken control of the Parliament. A reinforcement fleet is already on its way. I won't allow you to continue.
You... But you died 14 years ago!
Give your commander a message from me. I'm not going to die. Not now. Not ever.
Alright, now that that's done, Dmitry Yuryev, this motherfucker. Right, so we have to talk about this. Earlier, when we were going through the Yuryev Institute, we saw him look like the top picture where he was kind of older, and now he is not older. If we recall, he's the genetic father of all 669 URTV units. Well, he's also genetically modified himself. He is very interesting. His unique ability is that he can body hop to extend his own lifespan. So this much younger body that we see him in, let me move myself real quick, right there. This much younger body is him hijacking Negrato's body. Think of this as him Nording others, except it's not him creating copies of himself with his will. It's him controlling the body of another in his soul, inhabiting them. Negrato tries his hardest to fight back, but Yuryev has had plenty of years experience, so he's going to be a big problem now. Remember how Joachim Mizrahi was the biggest fuck it we ball character in this series? Meet fuck it we ball times 2. Dmitry Yuryev, everyone. Anyway, we beat the Pope guy. He has 5 different forms, so that's real epic. He can kiss my ass. Fuck this boss fight. I love Xenosaga 2, but this boss is ass. Oh, forget about Albedo? Yeah, he's the true final boss. And we're just going to watch the cutscene from this because it's really cool. I love it a lot. Albedo is Kino. Yeah.
You're going, aren't you?
Momo. Figured I'd sneak off while Guinan wasn't around, but I never expected to be caught by you. Guess it's no surprise from a 100 series.
Are you going by yourself? Why? You always try to take on everything by yourself. Can I go with you too?
Sorry. He's calling me. He says it has to be me. I'm his brother, after all. I wasn't always a good big brother, but now, I've at least got to settle this.
Junior.
I'm sorry. Do me a favor and think up an excuse to tell the others.
You're coming back, right? Please promise me. Promise you'll come back. If you don't, I...
I don't know if Realians believe in carrying... Look! It's got a good luck bracelet. Sorry. He's calling me. I'm his brother, after all.
Sayonara, baby!
Here, take this. It's for luck.
The third hangar's hatch has been forced open. The ES Asher is moving on to the catapult. What? Little Master? What's he doing? Little Master, please come back. Little Master! It's no good. Communications are off. Junior said he wanted to go test his craft. So, he should be right back.
Momo. Junior's going, isn't he? To that place. To put an end to this.
Well, he promised. He promised he'd come back. So, I know. It's all right. You really are a good girl, Momo. This is the Little Master's fault. Making everyone worry like this. When he gets back, we're gonna give him a spanking he won't forget.
I'm glad you came, Rubido. What's the matter? It's unusual to see you alone like this. Aren't your little friends with you?
I can handle settling things. With you by myself.
There's no use pretending. You're scared. Scared you'll abandon them just like you did before. You might even end up letting them all die. That's just like you, you coward. Come to me. That is, Assuming your heart can hold up that long. I'm making graves for Rubido and Negredo. It's just for pretend, though. I'm practicing so that when they die, I won't cry. If I link with Udo again, I wonder if he'll kill me. I hope he will. He is our leader after all.
I wouldn't do anything like that.
Of course you would. That's how you're built. Because we're the anti-existence of Voodoo. Do you know what the link is like? It's as sweet and seductive as a deal with the devil. I don't like you! You're bothering Rubido, the way you try and flirt with him. Say something, you mannequin!
What are you doing? Stop it!
I hate you. I hate you!
I said stop it!
What? Why are you stopping me? You are so annoying. It's not like you have any real power. The only thing you can do is butter people up. I hated this girl. She was always flirting with you. I'm glad she's dead. I am. Now there's nobody around trying to seduce you.
That's enough! Let go of Sakura! Momo?
No, that's right. There's still that imitation. You're such a pitiful man, Rubido. To think you have to satisfy yourself with this toy.
Albedo, you son of a...
Is this ragdoll important to you? It's too late. She's already been damaged by my own hand.
Stop! Don't say any more!
I enjoyed every minute of it, too. You should give it a try yourself, Rubido. I'm sure if it were you, she'd be happy
I told you to shut up!
Let's hurry up and finish this. When I kill you, I'll have everything. It's so disgusting. I'm sick of you clinging to me like this.
What is this? Yo, Rubido, are you ready to fight now? What? You should just smash it. It shouldn't be a problem for you. Stop it! How long are you gonna keep holding back? Kill him already! Come on! Stop it! He was always getting in the way. You don't need a loser like him around. Stop it!
Hurry up and kill me.
Stop! Damn it! Not now! Red Dragon mode! The anti-Uno ship! No! No!
Rubido. Don't be afraid. I believe in you, Rubido.
I am... me. I won't give in to it.
Glad you could make it, Rubidoux. Take a look at me. I've finally acquired what I was missing before. I may have lost my body, but I feel so much better.
Stop the space-time anomaly, Albedo! There's still time if you do it!
I'm to repent, am I? I think not. As my duty as an immortal, I've prepared a brand new worldview for mankind. When I temporarily linked with Udu, I climbed the ladder of evolution and saw the leaning tower of culture that humans have struggled to construct. It's not even a tower, really. It's a scaffold of rotting wood, built with meager knowledge and pitiful tools. But a nice guy would tell them the truth, would he not? Hello? You've got it all wrong!
What are you gonna do with this region of space?
Who knows? Perhaps I'll cause a shift and shove this whole dimension into a high-order domain. Don't be afraid. We low-dimension creatures will move en masse to a higher plane. It'll be glorious. The true eternal chain. The fulfillment of that which we lacked. The evolution of mankind and the evolution of the very world itself that watches over us. Happy days are here. They'll name a holiday after me. That is, assuming they even have the concept of holidays on the other side.
Stop! If you don't stop, I'll have to stop you!
Come, my positron. You are an anti-Udu weapon. My heart tingles with anticipation. A weapon need not feel shame for desiring combat. For all we know, humans themselves may be weapons created by the world.
You're right! I am a weapon! Every cell in my body is aching for a fight! They long to collide with their anti-existence. I've probably wanted to fight from the moment we were born!
We think alike, Rubidoux. I feel exactly the same way. Right now, I'd like to rip you to shreds!
Bring it on! I'm gonna rip you right out of here and drag you back to Randall!
Not bad, Rubidoux.
Albedo, you...
Well, Rubidoux. Admit it. You enjoyed that, didn't you?
Yeah. It was fun. My blood danced in my veins. We really are nothing more than instruments of war.
No, that's not it. We're not foolish because we're tools. It's because we're men. Oblivion, huh? You might say this is a release. At least, I won't have to fear losing anyone anymore.
Albedo?
What's with that face? You look like you just lost your best friend, Rubidoux.
You bastard! You knew all along!
What are you talking about? I can't stand you or Negredo. Rubidoux, beware of Negredo's shadow. Think why it is he doesn't react to Udu.
Here's-wassers? No, don't go! Albedo, don't go! Don't leave me alone!
Look, Rubidoux. I'm free.
Albedo! Albedo!
What's wrong, Rubido?
I can't hear it. My right chest. I can't hear my other heartbeat anymore.
Is that why you're crying?
Leave me alone. I just tore away half of my body with my own hands. The me that's here isn't me anymore.
Were you really that weak, Rubido? That's not the Rubido I know.
Who cares? None of that matters anymore.
Get up, Rubido. There are people waiting for you. Don't let them down now. Remember the promise that you made me?
Please promise me. Promise you'll come back.
Momo. Sakura, you're right. I promised I'd protect your sister. Didn't I? I couldn't protect my younger brother. But there are still people I care about who I can protect.
That's right, Rubido. That's the Rubido that I love.
Sakura. Thanks.
You did well, Junior. Come on. Let's go back to the others.
Finally, he'll be able to find peace.
Yes. But this is not the end.
No. This is just the beginning. A tiny ripple has just been born in the world that surrounds them. One day, that ripple will grow into a large wave, and it will swallow even them.
Yes. And that's why I want him to rest. Even if his rest is but a short one.
Junior, did you make up with him?
I don't know about that. We were both pretty stubborn. He said he hated me, right to the bitter end.
Oh, I see. So it was just a big family squabble, huh?
Mary, we have a Zohar confirmed at point 3E. Referencing the coordinates with the simulator, there's a 93% probability it's the original that was on Milsha.
Nice work. Ready to wire the pod for launch. This is our last job. Give it everything you got.
Warning signal. Abnormality in the surrounding space detected.
What? Give me a full report.
Large-scale spatial distortion detected. A large mass is gating out. Mass estimate increasing. Immeasurable. It's materializing into normal space.
A gnosis? You gotta be kidding me. There can't be a gnosis that big.
Jagway, approaching!
It's coming. Abel's Ark.
It's been a long time, Yeshua. I'm pleased that you've come. But didn't you say you weren't going to intervene?
I've made up my mind. I won't hold back anymore.
That's wonderful. I'm thrilled that you'll finally be entering the stage. I see. So this is the Y data. But there's a great deal missing.
But both he and the UTIC organization have completely poured through the Realian's main database.
He only went as far as the subconscious.
Below even that, in the lowest level of the unconscious domain, are you saying the answer lies in the Unus Mundus?
Most likely.
Really? Well, I suppose we'll leave it at that for now. When the path to Lost Jerusalem is opened, Cosmos will awaken.
So, what will you do with him?
I said it was a shame, didn't I?
There you have it. Good news, huh, partner?
Welcome, Weaver of the Eternal Circle of Zarathustra.
And that brings us to the Japanese exclusive content, which will be the next part, because it's about as long as what we just did here. That's great. So if you like this, definitely let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, because it helps this video get sent to other people. Next time we'll be covering Xenosaga: A Missing Year, Xenosaga Pied Piper, and the DS retelling of episodes 1 and 2 and what they changed. And then we'll finally be ready for episode 3, which is going to be very long, but very in-depth. So, thanks for watching. Check you guys next time.